Hi, I'm Samar Shams. I'm managing partner at Changes Immigration. In this video, I'm going to talk about checking workers' right to work in the UK. So the papers were reporting today on an announcement of an increase in the civil penalties for employers who are found to be employing people who don't have the right to work in the UK. The reports are that the civil penalties are going to go up from the current fees of up to £20,000 per illegal worker to up to £45,000 per illegal worker. So these are the fines that an employer might receive for instances of illegal working. Now, the important thing to remember when considering these fines is that there is a means of avoiding any civil penalty for illegal working, and that is by checking people's right to work in line with the government guidance. So the government provides guidance on how to check people's right to work, and if you check people's right to work exactly as prescribed by the government, then as an employer, you would benefit from a statutory excuse from the civil penalty, regardless of the amount of the civil penalty. If you've done the checks exactly as the Home Office has prescribed, you would be excused from civil penalty. So I thought, in light of the announcement of increases to the civil penalty amounts from early next year, that it's a good time to share with you some of the most common mistakes I come across when I'm training employers on checking people's right to work. So one mistake that I come across quite often is that an employer has outsourced right to work checking. It is possible to outsource the right to work checks of British and Irish passport holders to an approved identity service provider, but that is a very narrow allowance for a third party to be checking right to work documentation or evidence on behalf of an employer. Otherwise, the employer has to be doing the checks themselves. It can't be a third party like a recruitment agency, for example. So that's probably the most common mistake that I find in employers' right to work checking processes. The other thing that I find has been overlooked is that when an employer is checking somebody's right to work using the share code system, whereby the potential employee, or in the case of a recheck, the employee provides a share code to the employer, and the employer uses that share code and the employee's date of birth to access their right to work profile online. When you're using that system to check somebody's right to work, you have to be doing it in the person's physical presence or on a video call. So you can't just ask them for the share code and then completely independently on your own, whilst not on a video call with a person or not in their presence, use the share code to check their right to work, because you're meant to be comparing their appearance with the appearance and details on their right to work profile. So you have to be in a video call or in the person's physical presence to check their right to work properly and benefit from the statutory excuse. So I hope that's helpful. If you have questions about checking right to work, please feel free to get in touch. My email address is samar, samar.shams, shams, @changesimmigration.com. Thanks very much.